Yo, what is up, my Shadow Army? So, it is I, Shadow Critias, back again with another MHA Kage Tatsuma What If video. So, this is part 2 of What If Kage Tatsuma had Rice Shower as an adopted sister. This is part 2. If you have not seen the last previous part, go check that out. This one not making any sense to you. So, again, I don't know how many parts will be. I guess the next part could be the last one. Like I said, I do not want this one to be an actual series. So, yeah. And there's something I completely forgot to mention in the last part because this happened in season 2. So, I need to cover this right now. I forgot to mention the final exam arc where every single class 1A has to face every single teacher. I forgot to mention that. So let me start with that, then we're going to go straight to season 3 because I completely forgot to mention that. So basically, in the actual fanfiction of mine, The Shadow Among Us, since Kage is the 21st student in 1A, in the actual fanfiction story, he gets paired up with Hagakure and Shoji. Since Rice Shower is now in 1A, be the 22nd student, Kage has someone that he could team up with, which is his sister. Now, the question is, who should be their opponent for the final exam? Well, they had to pull some strings and have, well, the rabbit hero herself, Mirako. And when Kage and Rice Shower sees her, oh boy, this is gonna get difficult for them. And she wants to see these two kids, how skillful they are in action, and she's not gonna hold anything back. Oh, that's gonna be a big fucking problem. So basically, yeah. Do they actually pass? Yeah, they actually do pass, but the fight of Kage and Rush Hour against Mirako is, oh boy, intense. Even Kage have a hard time to keep up with her. Like, this woman would not stay down, and Kage tells his sister that, yeah, she cannot be put down, no matter how hard you try, she's not going to be put down. Even Rice Shower even noticed it when she showing her skills ever since everyone went to their hero work study and hero work, no, the internship. I always get those two mixed up. Is it a hero work study or the internship? I always get those two mixed up, but whatever. So basically, Kage get to see his sister and skills, see how fast she is, and surprisingly seeing his sister in all black aura and a blue light glimpse out of her, a blue light flame appears in her eye. So, and her powerful kick actually sends Mirako sent flying, which that caught Mirako by surprise, and that makes her even more hyped for this fight. And so basically, Kage tells Rice Shower to make an exit since she's more faster than him. He's gonna hold Mirako off the best he can. So basically, even they know they cannot win against Mirako in a 1v1 fight or 2v1 fight. So Rush Hour actually got her and Kage past the exam, and they both get into the training camp. So basically, yeah, I forgot to mention that. That was on me. So I just want to clarify on that. Now, for the training camp, I think this is something that is very interesting. Everything plays out as usual, and the students have to deal with the monsters that were created by Pixie Ball. Wait, wasn't it? Yeah, Pixie Ball, or whatever her damn name is. And seeing Rush Hour in action, she is damn powerful, and she didn't pull no punches, but she needs to learn to, hold back of her powers, her quirk. Like, yeah, horses are freaking faster and could hit really freaking hard. And even Deku start to notice, because I think Deku will realize, Kage is right about one thing. I think I should just focus on my foot skills, my leg skills, instead of just using my fist. So basically, because if you guys remember, Kage knows about One for All because of his father mentioned the name of All for One. So Kage knows about, All for One and One for All and etc. And Kage being the mentor for Deku. So yeah, that happens in the fan fiction. So basically, thanks to Rush Hour with her fast speed and her powerful kick, the Class 1A were able to made it in time, like before the sunset goes down, literally like an afternoon, closer to dark, like the actual canon. So they got there before then. So that kind of helps a bit. And of course, Deku gets punched in the nut by Kota for hating the heroes. And Right Shower felt like, wait a minute. Like, she felt kind of worried about the kid. Then Rice Shower and Kage later on at night, after eating dinner and having a bath, basically doing their training section like the original canon, and they wonder what is up with the kid. And Mandalay explained that Kota lost his parents trying to save life and protecting people by a villain. And like, Kage and Rice Shower was like, wait, do you mean the water hose heroes? And Rice Shower's eyes clicked. I mean, her eyes just widened. Like, wait, those water hose heroes? Are they? Mandalay's like, yeah, those were Kota's parents. And Rice Showers cover her mouth, tears coming down her eyes. And Mandalay was wondering if she's okay. Kage explained that the attack, when the water hose heroes were trying to save life, her and her biological parents were there in that attack. So basically, she had to run off while her parents died by that villain, Muscular. And then Mandalay is stunned that this girl lost her parents in the same day that Kota lost his. And then maybe Rice Shower could reach into Kota and tell him that he's not alone what it's like to losing a parent. So instead of Kage going to speak to Kota, because in the fan fiction, Kage actually stopped Deku for going for the kid. In the fan fiction, he goes speaks to him for himself. But in the scenario, Rice Shower goes instead. So basically, Rice Shower, takes the food and gives it to Kota. And Kota is being rude and harsh, which Rice Shower could be understand. And Rice Shower as your parents died trying to protect me and my parents. Kota's eyes widen. Like, how would you know? How do you know my parents? Did Mandalay tell you? No, I just know who they are. And I lost my parents same way you did. Died by that same person. And I was there. And Kota eyes wide, and he sees the tear escape in her eye that she's not lying, she's being honest. And Kota is lost for word, like, you were there when it happened? And she nod her head like, yeah, I had to watch my parents die, and they told me to run. And your parents tried to protect them, but the villain got them before they then Kota's eye just start to tear up as well, that his parents died to protect her parents, like, but her parents died regardless. So now Kota have someone that he could look up to, someone that he could relate, and even though understanding that Kota just hate the hero society, he just hates society as a whole because losing his parents, and Kota asks, then why do you want to become a hero after you just lost your parents? And Rice Shower sits down next to him. She said, I want to become a hero where no one cannot lose their family. I don't want anyone to go through the same situation like I did, like you. So that is why. And Kota is immediately break down in tears and hug her. And Rice Shower basically hugging Kota to keep him comfort. And decided to take Kota back down and with the food in his hand, his hand. So basically, when Mendeley see Rice Shower holding her nephew, her heart melted that she finally actually got him through, and everything was going well. That means, well, Kota he still will go to his private place, but he wants Rice Shower to be with him, someone that he could fully get to know and have someone that he could relate to and someone he could look up to. So everything was going as well until the League of Villains attacked the camp like the original. And when they see the blue flames, both of them are horrified until a villain comes in, until the person reveals who he is, which is Muscular, the guy who caused both of their parents' death. Both Rush Shower and Kota are frozen in fear, and now they're wondering. Muscular is wondering, where are they? We're looking for Kage Tatsuma. Do you know where he is? And Rice Shower eyes widened that they're after her brother. So basically, and in her mind, Rice Shower is just frozen still. And Kota trying to get her to move, but her body just froze out of fear. But the voice in her head, the same voice that her parents told her, run, just run. And without a hesitation, she grabbed Kota and runs off as fast as she can. And Muscular just can't help but laugh and basically going after her. So basically she's being chased and try her best to kick Muscular hard as she can, but nothing phases it. It just push him away a bit, but not fully. And he doesn't even feel that. So her kick doesn't even do nothing. So she has to keep running until Deku came in and faced off against Muscular like the original canon, instead of just being the mountain top. So basically everything goes out in the original canon. Rice Shower takes Kota where the other students are at, like Kirishima, Ida, Mina, Sato, Sero, Kaminari, and Monoma, and inside the school in the camp, for Kota's safety. And Rush Shower tells Aizawa that these villains, they're after Kage, and they're wondering why they're after him. And even Mendeley, who got the information before all of, because Spinner actually spilled the bean. So basically Kage is now a target for the League. Like, Kage is wondering, what the fuck, why me? Then realize, like, Shigaraki. Or then he see his father and have his mother as a hostage. And basically it's just a fake version, just make Kage snap. So basically Kage gets captured along with Bakugo by Mr. Caprez. So basically it's a cat and mouse to save Kage and Bakugo. But sadly Bakugo is the one, well, sadly Kage still gets taken and Bakugo gets scot-free. And the League won by taking Kage. And basically now is a rescue to save Kage Tatsuma. So basically, Ryuko is devastated that her son has been taken. Rice Shower, she is broken that her big brother has been taken. And they're wondering what they're going to do. But Kirishima and Todoroki decide they want to go and rescue. And even Rush Hour steps in that she's going to. Regardless, that's her big brother. She's going to get him back. And Ida, even though he wants to against it, but he too also decided to join. Because he owned Kage, a Fate owned Kage, a dead for warning about Stain and not to be underestimated. So basically, saved his life. If he didn't know how capable Stain is and his quirk, Ida would have been fucked. So, yeah, so basically, Ida is going along as well. Same goes for Momo and Deku. So basically, we got the... Oh, even Bakugo. I think Bakugo did join as well. I can't remember in my fanfiction. Even Bakugo decided to join. So you have Deku, Momo, Ida, Todoroki, Kirishima, Bakugo, and Rice Shower. So basically, they all both are going to try to go rescue Kage, and the rescue of Kage goes out in the original fan fiction. So basically, everything goes out of the original, and the only person who could reason with Kage to not to engage is his sister. So basically, Kage does escape from the League when when Kage meets All For One for the first time, and he wants to engage against his father, but his father escapes, etc. So basically, after Kage gets saved by his sister and his friends, but they don't know later on when they finally got away from that place, Kage went back to aid All Might against All For One, but it caused the death of both All Might and All For One. So All Might and All For One died in this version, and Kage had All Might in his arm, dead in his arm, telling Kage to complete Deku's training. So All Might died in Kage's arm, and basically a few days later, the All Might funeral has begun, and Kage has been nowhere seen because of it, and every students are moving to the dorm system. People are now blaming Kage for the death of All Might, want him to leave, and since Rice Shower is Kage's sister, they also blaming her as well for no good reason. So basically, yeah, Bakugo wants to put all of his anger and frustration on Kage. So basically, the hero licensing exam plays as usual, nothing changed. Kage against Bakugo, that goes out as usual, and basically both Deku and Rush Hour are trying to stop them both, and now Rush Hour knows about One For All. And of course, Bree, who hides in the shadow. And the next day, Kage decided had enough about, he's going to tell them, look, I don't care if you like me or not. Y'all not going to blame me for All Might's death. And yeah, I get it. But the reason why I'm not here, the reason why I'm still here, the reason why I will never leave is because Kage had to swallow his pride by saying, I believe that I could be redeemed. I believe a second chance. So, and I do not care if y'all have say some words about me or say shit about me, but I'm going to make this shit clear. Do not, I repeat, do fucking not harass or insult my little baby sister, or I will kick your ass. And then everyone just went silent, and I think Rice Shower would just be feeling kind of embarrassed that Kage calls her his little baby sister. So, and so she can't help it but just smile, but also kind of shy and a bit of embarrassed. And of course, Kage and Sue have their date thing. So yeah, in this scenario, Kage and Sue are a couple, and so that happened. Season 4 plays out as usual. Kage does go with Ryuku agency with Suyu and Uraraka and Nejire. And oh wait, no wait, Kage and Sue don't end up as a couple until after season 4. Whoops. So you guys know the ship for Kage is still Sue from the fanfiction. But now, what about Rice Shower? Does she go to the same agency with his big brother, with Sue, Nejire, and Uraraka, and, you know, team working with her mother? Well, she was, until Aizawa tells Rice Shower that she got a recommendation by Mirako, which that caught her by surprise. A hero work study by Mirako. And so basically, Rice Shower is going to be trained and go on a mission with Mirako, the rabbit hero, because Mirako sees some potential in her because how strong and powerful she is for a horse girl. So basically, in the fanfiction, for Kage in the overhaul arc plays out in the actual fanfiction. They actually save Eri, etc. That plays out, and Eri has someone that she could look up to, which is Deku. Kota have someone that he could look up to, which is Rice Shower, and here's the funny thing. I think this will be the most adorable thing. Since Kota has not looked up to Deku, so he will not get the same shoes, I can see Kota will try to have this similar blue hat with blue rose to, you know, that he has someone that he could look up to and his idol. Like, I could definitely see that. And for Rice Shower's hero work study with Mirako, oh boy, traveling a different world in Japan and sparring with Rice Shower, training with Mirako was, oh boy, it's a pain in the ass and a bitch. Basically, you say Rice Shower unlock her new side of her, the heel of her, basically from the anime and manga, that kindness and shy just turn into heel when it comes to fighting, and she kind of enjoys fighting, but not a lot. She still is the caring person, but when it comes to fighting and battle, she turns to heel real quick. And when she returns back with the other classmate, they wonder how did it go with Mirako. Rice Shower was like, it was intense, and I never thought I would enjoy something like fighting or sparring. And whenever I fight, it's like my personality just switch to, like, you know, heel, you know, become like a complete mean person. She doesn't swear because she thinks that's kind of a bit of rude, but she doesn't mind. So basically be more polite as positive, until she saw Eri for the first time, and her heart melt, like seeing Eri for the first time. So, oh yeah, she's gonna be like the big sister for Eri. And so basically the school festival actually happens, and now they have to come out how do they want to play this out, like, okay, how they should do, what they should do. And Todoroki suggests they should do like a music console or something along those lines, and they need a complete drum or basically a group of who could play the instruments or basically like that. So basically, they need a singer. They think Jiro should be the singer, but Rice Shower raised her hand, and everyone looks at her like, wait, you could sing? Kage is like, yeah, she could sing. And I'm honestly surprised, and she is, wow. And give me 1 second. So basically, the class 1A wanted to see her sing first before Jiro. So Rice Shower was kind of bit shy and nervous, but Kage pats her in the head. Just give her a bit of a confidence. Just do your best. And just be yourself, like I told you. And Rice Shower can't but smile for being happy. And she said, okay, Oni-san. And Kage is like, not, oh god, why she had to do that? And the girls are just like, aww. Like, Kage is like, oh god, this is even more embarrassed. So, Rice Shower decided to sing, well, the smallest of prayers, and everyone are just listening, and they just felt like their hearts melt. Some of them just felt tears in their eyes. They're just like, her beauty of the way she sings. They're like, yep, she has to be the singer. So Jiro will be the guitar, along with Tokiyami and Kage. So yeah, Kage could play guitar as well. So now we have a group, and the school festival actually begins, and the song they're going to be using is not Heroes 2. It's going to be called We Are Dreamers. So everyone are just listening, enjoy the music, and Eri was able to smile. So Rice Shower actually saved Eri to make her smile again. So yeah, that's actually happened, and that's the end of season 4 and 3, like 3 and 4. Now for season 5, there's literally not much to go over because Class 1A wins against 1B, and Class 1A won the voting for the school festival for Rice Shower for singing of her beautiful voice. So yeah, so basically Rice Shower became the popular girl, even though she doesn't want to be a popular girl. She's a bit shy and nervous, but she's popular because of her singing. And it even made her be friends with Jiro much more. Sure, again, her best friend is still Suyu and Uraraka, but Jiro and Rice Shower has something in common. They both love music and they love to sing. So both Rice Shower and Jiro are become friends as well. So, I mean, all of her classmates are her friends, but it's about the bonding that she makes. And again, the Class 1A versus the Class 1B, I'm not going to get into that because there's literally no reason for it. So, Class 1A won against Class 1B. The League of Villain fiasco, the League of Villain arc plays out the actual canon that nothing changed. So basically, season 6, 7, and 8, I think this might be the final part. I might as well just do it. Again, I'm going to say this right now. Manga spoilers for the manga and the season 8 anime. So if you guys do not want to be spoiled, leave now. Or you guys just want to know how this would end, honestly. So like I said, after season 4, Kage and Sue had their date and they became a couple. And season 5 comes around where every single Class 1A have their Christmas party. Kage announced that Eri is going to be adopted, so Kage is now having another sister, a younger baby girl. So Eri, Tatsuma, and Rice Shower is just the happiest girl of all, because that's the best Christmas gift ever. Now she's now a big sister and have a little baby sister. So yeah, that's a new thing. That's a good thing. Deku Uraraka had their first kiss being under the mistletoe and became a couple, because Kage and Mina are just like, you know what, we're just tired of this shit. We're gonna make them as a thing because this is getting really annoying. So yeah, that happened. And season 6, the Liberation War plays out as usual, but Rice Shower is basically helping to evacuate the people, and basically she's on the side with Team Endeavor to help out to get the people out of the city for the devastation. Kage goes with the Team Eshon to deal with the Liberation Army, where the League of Villains are been hiding. Kage saves Midnight for almost being killed by Draco Fiend, his father, and basically Kage had to fight his father along with Lady in the Gods. And so basically Kage learns that Lady in the God is pregnant, and Kage loses eyesight, and even Draco Fiend does not know that Kage has not one but 2 adopted sisters. So basically he doesn't know anything about it. Kage loses eyesight. The League of Villains kind of won. Deku leaves UA. Both Nejire, Tsuyu, Ryuku, and Rice Shower are devastated that Kage lost his eyesight. So Kage decided to go after Deku to bring him back by himself. And again, it's kind of like similar, but from my fanfiction, nothing changed in season 6. Season 7 is basically similar, but without All For One and All Might, and Ayama being a UA trader, and Rice Shower does team up with Uraraka and Tsuyu against Toga, so that made it a lot more easier. Toga has been taken out easily, not dead. So, well, no, I think, yeah, Toga doesn't die. She gets kind of arrested. I'm trying to remember vividly. Spinner does lose against Shinzo and Koda. Dabi dies in his fight against Endeavor and Todoroki, since All For One is dead. What else? So basically, and also the Shigaraki thing, that Bakugo dies and stays dead. In my fanfiction, Bakugo is just stay dead, honestly, because there's literally no reason at all to have him around anymore. So Bakugo is stay dead, and we have every single Class 1A teaming up to fight against Shigaraki. Deku doesn't lose one for all. Deku becomes the so Deku, after defeating Shigaraki and the final war comes to an end, Deku became the number 1 hero. Miro became the number 2. Todoroki and number 3. Kage, I think, no, some old pro heroes are in the ranking, like Best Genius is number 4, Mountain Lady is number 5. Kage will be the rank of number 9. So basically similar like his mother, the number 9 hero. Kage called himself the Shadow Walker hero Ronin, and he basically revealed who he is after he defeated his father in the Second Liberation War, and aiding Koda and Shoji against Spinner and the other Liberation. And Kurogiri's died. I forgot to mention that part. um, uh, Lady Nagan gave birth. They have a baby girl named Arafine. So Cages now have another sister, but this time is half-blood related. So now Cage have 3 sisters, 2 adopted ones, and a half-sister. So I forgot to mention that. And Lady Nagan does get sent back to Tartarus. Same goes for Fiend, who also getting locked up in the Tartarus for losing his quirk, thanks to Cage keeping the 1 erased quirk bullet on his father. So basically, the ending's kind of like similar but different, honestly. Deku is now the number 1 hero, still has 1 for all. Which ranking should Rice Shower should be in? I would say I think she should be in number 11. So she will be in the number 11, like a bit behind her brother. And Cage and Sue got married and have 2 kids, twins, a boy and a girl. And the question is, who does Rice Shower ends up dating for the rest of the entire UA? You know, since it's actually stated, it's been a whole year since it became the first year. Now and then their second year. So who did Rice Shower end up with for the past their second year and their final year? Well, in the fanfiction of mine, I had Denki and Jiro as a couple, Ojiro and Agakure as a couple, Kirishima and Mina as a couple, Todoroki and Momo as a couple, Tokiyami and Bree as a couple. So the only characters is available right now. There's only 2 right now. It's Sato or Sero. I might as well just go with Sero because Sero deserves more attention. So let's just say Sero started to grow a bit of feelings and a crush Rice Shower, and Rice Shower actually felt the same, so they actually they slowly get to know each other because they barely even talk, they barely hang out. It was like a slow pace, and the slow pace was well earned. So both Rice Shower and Sero became a couple, got together, and they basically are getting married. So basically, time skip, both Rice Shower and Sero got married, and Rice Shower is pregnant. So basically, she's about to have a child soon. So she's still a pregnant woman, and which makes Sero a brother-in-law to Cage, and a brother-in-law to Suyu, and Suyu is a sister-in-law to Sero. So yeah, there's that. I just can't think of anyone who should be with Rice Shower, so I had to go with Sero because Sero is underrated, and Sero is my boy along with Kaminari, Tokiyami, Kirishima. So Sero is basically one of my favorite characters. Well, I wouldn't say favorite characters, but he's one of the boys I actually feel like is underrated, in my opinion. So yeah. And also Deku and Uraga do get married like later on. I think it's like after, or yeah, I like after Cage and Sue and Rice Shower and Sero. So there's that. So yeah, that's basically it. That's the end of this scenario of what if what if Cage Tatsuma had Rice Shower as an adopted sister. So, like I said, I didn't know how many parts were going to be, but since I was thinking, like, wait a minute, now I just realized, this actually will cover up the rest, because there's really not much to go in depth to it, honestly. And when it comes to the movies, nothing changed. Like, nothing would affect any of the movies. I mean, right, shower just there, but nothing important things change. That's why I don't even bother touch on the movies, honestly, because there's literally nothing to go over for it. So, yeah. So basically, I'm glad this is the final part. But yeah, hope you guys enjoying the video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Links to my other channel, my social media will be down below the description box and in my bio if you guys want to donate, support the channel. Crap, I can't remember what I said. But again, if you enjoyed the video, if you guys want to donate, you guys know the drill, etc. Even I forgot what the fuck I just said, so I might have to repeat myself again. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Links to my other channel, my social media will be down below the description box. You guys know the drill. If you guys want to donate, support the channel. Links to my Cash App, PayPal, Ko-fi will be down below the description box and in my bio if you guys want to donate, support the channel. Again, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Kneel before Shadow Critias. I'll see you guys later.